Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So I watched a video by a guy called Fast Jet Performance, and he talks about the fact that politics isn't a solution to the problems that we face. Now, I've said this before. By the way, if you're new to me, I'm talking about politics and things like that, and if you like that sort of thing, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. But anyway, right. So politics, I've said that it's not the answer to the problems that we have. So if you look at Nigel Farage, right, the guy's a snake in the grass. He's a snake oil salesman. He is untrustworthy. I don't trust him. He's a backstabber, and he's a banker at heart. He's a money maker. He's a financier. So he's not working class, and he's not on the side of the working class. That's just rubbish. Don't believe that. That's not true. So the other guy, Rupert Lowe, he talks a good game about the mass deportations and all that carry on, and all sounds brilliant, but as I've said previously, right, he's not going to get anywhere. Right now, I'm not going to rehash everything I've said in the previous videos. Go and watch them, okay? But basically, the civil service and all that, and the political system that we inhabit is designed so that nobody can really change much. It's not really possible to change anything that means anything to the working class. So things like your immigration and all that is never going to be sorted politically, okay? So you need to get it out of your head that politics is the way forward here, because it's just not. You're just wasting your time. The saviour is not politics or Nigel Farage or Rupert Lowe. The person that can save you is you. Only you can save yourself. So basically, things like a bit of stoicism, not relying on other people, being firm in your decision making, trying your best to look after your family if you've got one, okay? Things like if you've got a mortgage, make sure you're paying it, make sure you're paying as much to it as you can possibly do without being in breach of your agreement, because they can get penalised for paying too much in a certain time period. But basically, things like not being in debt, avoiding excess consumerism, being the best person you can be, trying to keep your fitness levels up, avoiding excess consumerism and all that sort of thing, avoiding debt. If you can, try and get an emergency fund together, even if it's only like 10 quid a week. Try and lift 10 quid a week in cash, yeah? Put it somewhere safe, if you've got a safe, or even opening up like a cash ISA or something like that, although if things go badly for you and the government can actually take that. So I would advise probably the cash route. Cash is king and all that. Try and pay cash in shops as best you can. I know it's inconvenient and stuff, but once that goes, we are in big trouble. Do you know what I mean? Once they stop accepting cash altogether. So a bit of stoicism, stop relying on other people. So basically, like, you have to learn how to handle yourself, how to be assertive without being aggressive, how to put your point across without losing the plot, which is something that I really need to learn, because I had a experience with a manager and a job that I had about 10 years ago or whatever, right, and I was a very shy, timid person and all that, and I just was one of these people that took so much, and then this particular incident happened, and I snapped at the manager. I just lost it, man, started shouting at her, do you know what I mean? And I think she's a bit taken aback now, but anyway, right, I've got that story in a call centre video that I done, but basically, you need to learn how to be assertive without losing the plot, and you need to know how to articulate yourself as best you can. You need to know how to say no to people. As far as government goes and government involvement in your life, right, this all goes by being as self-sufficient as you can, right? if you're not reliant on the state for benefits, right, benefits is a big one, right? Obviously, if you're in dire straits and all that, and you can't help it and you're claiming benefits, then the DUP and all that's tracking your bank accounts and stuff like that. But basically, if you can avoid claiming benefits, if you can get any sort of cash in hand work, even, you know what I mean? I'm not encouraging people to break the law, but plenty of people do you know what I mean? Cash in hand work and things like that. So that's the sort of thing that if you can top up your, if you can sustain yourself with a bit of cash in hand work and that, I wouldn't tell if you don't. So basically, if you can do that, if you can avoid claiming benefits, then keep the government out of your life as much as you can, and then there's no reason for them to be snooping around and all that. Don't shitpost like unnecessarily on Facebook. I mean, we all know the way things are these days, right? We don't have free speech in this country. We just don't, and that's just the way of it. So just kind of watch what you're doing there, and stop arguing with people on social media, try to change their mind about politics and all that. You don't know them, you've never met them, who cares, right? Look after yourself, look after your family, nature, get out in nature. It's a tonic, by the way, right? I know that if you live in a city or whatever, right, take a drive for an hour to some countryside location, a country park or something. Try and spend time outside in a local park, in nature, in the woods, whatever, because that really does help your mind and you can switch off and things like that. But basically, right, this is a bit of a ramble, but politics isn't the answer here. Rupert Lowe's not your saviour. Nigel Farage certainly isn't. The main political parties are, like, I'm not going to say they're a joke because it's not funny, do you know what I mean? It's not funny the way things are and all that, but basically it doesn't matter who you vote for. Things get more expensive every single year. Inflation continues to eat away at your savings and your disposable income. Nothing ever changes for the good. Migration continues and all that. So get out there and breed, basically, yeah, if you can, and try and be as self-sufficient as you can. Stop relying on other people and stop trying to think that the government is your saviour here, because it's not. Be the best person you can be. Take some self-defence classes and things like that. Keep your fitness up. Try and stay positive, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching.